Oh no. Why am I doing this live? Right, I'm live already. Now live on your channel. Well, I've got an email telling me that I am live. That's good, isn't it? Good evening. I'm doing this live, as it says in the description, because I am like completely anxious and like terrified of being in front of a camera. Hello, oh, Gordon Freeman, hi. Yeah, terrified of being in front of a camera. And if I ever try to record anything that's not live, I just give up. As you probably saw from the video a while ago, where I was doing like I can't remember what it was. Gone with the Mocap. And I just gave up and did a stupid Star Wars gag thing. I'm only doing this because someone on the community posts recommended that I do it, because staff. Right, I need to ignore this chat, don't I? I put a community post on last night or yesterday evening or something, British time, which I will get to, because that's kind of what the video. Do you know who I all the This is going to be great. I'm going to be so completely distracted by everyone at the side. Forgive me if I just sort of have a blue screen of death. Spit it out. Literally, that will not. I can't spit it out. I'm terrible at this. The community post yesterday that I will get to was all about the Patreon. I was just talking a little bit more in depth about where I've been, because it's been like 2 years or something since there's even been any Half-Life stuff, any major Half-Life stuff, because it's just kind of impossible when you have to also work. I've been working full time for a YouTube channel as a video editor, but it kind of leaves me without. Oh, what's that on my hat? Yeah, leaves me without any time to really sit down and do the Half-Life work, because it takes such a stupid amount of time to do it that it's a full-time commitment. I did the maths, and it takes maybe 700 hours or something to do an episode, and that's a lot. That's about 20 weeks if you're working it full time. Best part of half a year, and when you are working anyway, it's just it's a kind of impossible thing. But I really thank you. Wow. I really want to do it more than anything. And when I set up the Patreon a long time ago, it was to sort of see if I could get enough financial backing to just be able to commit to doing that and focus on it without the distraction of anything else. Kind of make a job of it. And pardon me, it's not really worked, because, well, it doesn't. What I have on there at the moment is, I've got a few patrons, but it's like $53 a month. Hello, someone from Scotland, not that far away from me. There's people. There's a couple of people. Someone doing $50 a month. If you're watching this, thank you, and I'm sorry that it hasn't really paid off. I will be looking at making that pay off for you guys. Still only comes to, the whole thing comes to about $53 or something. So it's obviously that isn't enough to kind of do as a commitment. This is really poorly worded and inarticulate. And what I realize is what the Patreon needs is not a small handful of people giving a lot of money like that. It needs lots of people giving $1. And I've got like I've got like a stupid amount of subscribers. Like, you know, I've got like 18,000 subscribers, and you know, if every single subscriber did $1 a month, I'm not asking for that. It's not my demand. That would be 18 grand a month, which would be crazy. But my proposition is to see if we can kind of do this push to, yes, basically more money. Is to kind of have a large pool of people give a tiny amount each. You know, literally $1 a month. If there was a lot of people doing that, I like the idea of being able to stop doing any kind of other work that I'm doing and be able to make a job of this, because I started doing it, started making Half-Life when I was very, very ill. I was living at home. I didn't have any work. And, you know, all I had was time. You know, I had as much time as I needed. I had those hundreds of hours available to make it. And I made the first episode. And I just kind of did it for fun, because I was like, oh, I've always wanted to make a film of Half-Life. And I realized I could do it as a filmmaker, and I was bored and I had the time. So I made a go at it, and I got thousands and thousands of people interested. I never thought that would happen. I thought, oh shit, I've got to keep going now. Got a bit better, started working again, and then about a year later, got really ill again, and once again had enough time to do unforeseen consequences. I was going to do the whole thing as one, but it was just getting too out of hand. So I, you know, had sort of part 1 and 2, chopped that in half with the, you know, cut in half, had the 2, and then promised the 3rd one, and then got the Valve curse of no part 3, which is hilariously in loads of comments on the video, and it's so depressingly true. And God, I would love to continue doing it. But what it needs is, it needs the time. And I started making part 3, and it wasn't good enough. It needed it needed motion capture by this point. It needed to be a real step up. Motion capture would actually probably make it quicker to do, and the animation would look better, because having to animate everything by hand is a chore, and it's a nightmare. And I'm not a good animator. I can absolutely, you know, admit that I'm terrible at it. So, you know, what I can do is the sort of editing and the cinematography and the atmosphere and the directing. So I'm not really sure what my point is. Just that I really want to do it, but right now, with the situation that I have actual full-time work that is spent in front of a computer the whole time and took no time to really do it, it's not viable. It would need to be, you know, this would need to be the thing that I'm being paid monthly to do through Protein, which I would commit, you know, 8-10 hours a day to, and just work and work and work and work and work and do it. So I'm just sort of pushing this idea out there to see what we've done. It would be nice to have more people on board. In the end, I've got a couple in my comment, my little chat here, asking if we need volunteers or other SFM animators to help me. That would be great. I don't know any around here, and I'm not really in the position to be able to start outsourcing stuff yet, because it's too early, and it's too sort of it's too young. Even though it's been there for years, it's too young. And I don't trust myself to manage people. That's not what I'm good at. I would keep everything in house, you know, initially. I was going to Reddit or something. So I'm just reading comments out loud. I'd ask on Reddit or something. Pinwheel Arts could be a company of some sort, not just you. Trust yourself. Thank you, Gordon Freeman. Yeah, Pinwheel Arts could be a company. That would be great. For the time being, it feels like it needs to just be me, but only for the time being. I feel like if I could do the 3rd episode on my own, you know, then that might, you know, then we might see about building things up. You know, I know a lot of people up here who do motion capture and do performance capture and are actors and things. It's animators that I don't quite so much. This is turning into sort of quite a nice little chat. But I just wanted to float this idea. I'm going to keep this up online, or maybe download it and re-edit it to cut out all this stuff of me talking total bollocks, so that people can see this again and get my idea. You know, hear more of my demands for more money. I'm holding the series hostage. I'm not. I'm really not. I just want to make it work. And hopefully, we love to see you speak to us. I use the Connect in Gmod. Yes, it was the Connect and IPI soft that I used for my little bit of mocap that I put up a while ago. That was rough and not great, but you know, acted. It's a 2-character thing with me acting in turn, which looked dodgy. But yes, I've got the gear to do it. I just don't have the program anymore. Oh, thank you. Thought it looked good. It definitely looked better than what I've been doing. It was just rough. I guess from here you do episode 3 of Unseen Consequences on your own, then you can possibly get some more people interested in animating, maybe have an announcement at the end of the video and see, there we go. That's what I've been trying to say in one quick comment. Spider Morales. Thank you. Did you see Spider-Verse? Ooh. So what do we think about this push? Because I'm distracted by the comments. Not looking at them. What do you think about this push for this $1 thing? You know, it's kind of like the you know, everyone pays the kind of minimal amount, so they don't notice it go. You know, it's like the NHS. You know, we all pay a little bit of tax, you know, small amount of tax, and then when we need medical attention, it's free at point of use. A little bit like this. So there's, you know, there's less people paying crazy amounts of money, which there's no guarantee of kind of reward for. But instead, we've got lots of people paying such a small amount they wouldn't even notice it go. And it sort of makes sense in my head. I might sound like a total dick saying all this, but it is what it is. Let's have a look at this comment. You're not a terrible animator. You do good work. You've dedicated your time and passion to share for free. It's clearly appreciated. Stuff gets in the way, but that's life. That is very true. And thank you. I appreciate that. I've got some little things in mind for other sort of little videos, which I could sort of do in my spare time before looking at more stuff with the main series. You know, little. I'm going to do a stream sometime. Sometime, he says, stupidly promising. I'm sure that comment helped for review. You know, I like to do a stream sometime where I take some photos of people I know, put them in Blender, wrap them around some heads for Source Filmmaker, and do a little tutorial on how I do that, and show you the result of you know, my contemporaries and their likenesses in the engine. They don't look amazing, but you know, they look like characters again. And various other little things for fun. Question unrelated to depression, or basically what this video is. But is Gordon Freeman in your series similar to the one in Freeman's Mind, the one that dives into insanity? He definitely undergoes something similar to insanity. I've had a lot of people a lot of comments going, why is Rick Freeman such a pussy? And it's fucking stupid. He's a normal guy. He's a scientist. He's like a 27-year-old dude. He's terrified. So his development is growing into being that heroic badass, but also losing it as well. You would, it would be an absolutely horrifying, terrifying, damaging thing to go through. So yeah, there will be some of that. You could do something like Black Mesa quick bits, like 30-second animations or something to look at like once a month. Again, little ideas like that I've got in mind. And I've got a couple in my head, but they still just take a long time. I really struggle to find the time to even do those at the moment, just because I'm in front of a computer screen editing all day at work, and then when I'm not doing that, I'm sitting in front of Breath of the Wild sometimes, or making chainmail. I don't know. But yes, 30-second things, little shorts. I really want to do them. I've got all kinds of ideas, but they're things I could do even quicker if I was just dedicating my time to it. For all of you that don't know, killing soldiers and aliens for a long period of time can get you a little mad. Most of us probably don't know that, or probably haven't experienced that anyway. You won't just shove sympathy for everything. At one point, you'll need to kill for survival. Oh, Gordon will kill for survival. Gordon's going to be ruthless, man. You saw him in that video, punching that guy 11 times in the face and stamping his head in. It was unnecessarily, horribly, unspeakably violent. It was based on a scene in Boardwalk Empire in, I think, season 3, where Al Capone just beats and beats and beats this dude, and it's just horrendous. Rob a bank, money problem solved. We can but dream. That beer's going down quite nicely. I'm an SFM animator and I'd love to help. Thank you. That is the kind of thing which is awesome. Right now, as I said, if you've only just dropped into the video, I've said part 3, I want to keep my own thing because I don't have the leadership yet. I don't really have, that thing. Oh, I'm talking absolute garbage now. But in future, absolutely. More animators would be great. I mean, I plan to mocap as much of it as possible, but then there are a lot of things which need to be hand animated, and those people, they're really important because I just can't do it. It's this janky kind of. Everyone comments on his neck when he gets out of the tram in the first episode, and he gets out and he goes, and then looks at his mate, and it just looks completely stupid. The first episode's got a lot of that dodgy shit going on in it. It's bad. But it's it's good fun, and lots of people liked it for some reason, which really surprised me. But I think I'm going to stop now anyway, because actually, I'm just going to start reading some comments and ego surfing. I want to say in person that I like seeing your animation improve with each episode. I'm looking forward to seeing your use of mocap. I don't normally see that in SFM. You don't see much mocap in SFM, I don't think. I think it's mostly, the best ones seem to be just really well done, like keyframe animation. And it was, I didn't even know you could do mocap. I think it might have been, I can't remember who the video was by. It might have been Sheath, who's done like a lot of like really amazing, Sheath's done some really incredible work, especially, oh my God, I've forgotten the name of it now. The the fight scene with Adrian Shepard, which I think may have won at the Saxies. It might have been that one. It said motion capture done at the end. I looked it up and went, oh, you can use this markerless motion capture software. So it was complete luck that I found out you could do that. And, you know, made me think, hey, I can do it. I got that free trial of Ippy. Didn't manage to find a cracked version, sadly. But I know a good space I'll be able to do it. I got a friend who runs a pretty large empty building. It'd be a really good space to do it in. I've got the Kinect, I've got this, got that. You know, some ideas. Question: did you have retcon and blue shift in mind when you added Barney to episode 2? Yes, it was deliberately retconned. The way that I'm doing the series is not entirely lore friendly, because Half-Life's a great game. It has got a good narrative, but there are things about it which just wouldn't work if you just made a series which was just like a faithful playthrough of, which is essentially a faithful playthrough of the game. It would be devoid of any kind of much character. Barney never meets Gordon in the original series. Their friendship is informed through manuals and things. People like this adding of Barney because he's in Blue Shift, and then you see him in Half-Life 2, and it has to really inform the fact that there he was. He takes off his helmet and he goes, "Hey, it's me, Barney from Black Mesa," in a really, really awkward way. And I thought it'd be nice to actually have them meet. Replace that one guard in Unforeseen Consequences he spent quite a lot of time with. It's a really good way for them to meet in the series, and for them to actually have a little bit of interaction. And there'll be other little things like that which I quite like to add. Will Barney still go through the ending that happened in Blue Shift? Probably not, because I've got other ideas for a lot of other characters who, sort of original characters to add, and to have Barney and Eli and Kleiner's stories to kind of overlap with, possibly. They, sort of HECU characters who in the game were never characterized at all. I like the idea of having a bit of nuance with their characterization. Some of them coming across like the complete psycho evil soldiers that you kill, and some of them being a little bit less into it, and working with the science and security teams a little bit like they do in Opposing Force. Segueing to this is hard. Any propositions on Opposing Force? Not exactly. Adrian Shepard's not my kind of it's not my field, really. I'm going to do other stuff on the HECU, but I like the idea of creating some original characters for that, and then having them all work their way into the story of Half-Life 2 and things. A little bit like characters in Hunt Down the Freeman, because that's the best piece of Half-Life like alternate fiction I've ever seen. It's no, it's not. At what Patreon tier do we get nudes? Well, I don't have that written down on the Patreon, because I probably would get in trouble for it, but maybe $1. How about that beer I owe you? Yeah, how about that beer? At least the series isn't like Hunt Down the Freeman. I really hope it's not like Hunt Down the Freeman. The SFM animations in Hunt Down the Freeman were pretty good, actually. That's the really galling thing, is that they're not completely horrendous. They're sort of they're they're not great, but better than what I could do. The voice acting's awful because it's just really sort of over the top, and Mitchell Shepard is one of the worst characters I've ever seen in anything ever. He's atrociously bad, but it is hilarious, kind of how bad he is. You know, Keemstar as the president. Yeah, Keemstar as the president. The guy that goes, "My mother's dead," is pretty good. That genuinely made me laugh. Do you like Freeman's Mind? I've not watched it all. I've watched some of it, and yes, I do like it. But I'm not actually as sort of familiar with it as a lot of people are. I probably need to actually sit down and binge it, but I actually kind of deliberately. Don't. I'm at the moment. I'm considering not watching past the points where I'm at because I don't want to sort of inadvertently steal any ideas. I'm trying to tell that story differently, and I want it to be, its own thing. Will Modern Major General play? Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I don't want to plagiarize someone else without realizing it, and also I don't want to. I don't want to see it and go, "Oh, that was my idea," and then not do it. Maybe I'll watch it when it's all done in 20 years. What's Modern Major General again? I'm gonna look that up. Does this work? Am I still visible? Where am I going? No, I'd give credit to it. What is Modern Major General? I hope you can still see me. Of course, completely missing out on that joke. Ross will finish episode 2 by 2026. It's a catchy song now. Probably not, because it might not be vibing with the sort of slightly po-faced, serious vibe that I'm going for. It's the music. Yes, I know it was a joke, and now I come across like I've missed the point of it. I'm going for this kind of slightly John Carpenter-y synthy kind of thing, for the music. So not the Half-Life soundtrack and not the Black Mesa soundtrack, apart from maybe a couple of little bits, because I just want it to be a little bit more kind of low-key and suspenseful and sort of minimal and kind of gritty, which I think would work quite nicely. What if the military didn't like Vanish? What if they are hiding somewhere in the area? I like the custom music you did, the Terminator NES remix. You know what, right? The Terminator, the whole Terminator thing, let's talk about that for a bit. We're kind of off topic now, but well, I'll come back to it. The Terminator bit, yeah. I remember watching obviously Angry Video Game Nerd a while ago, and he's doing his Terminator. It's one of my favorite AVGN episodes. It's brilliant. But he goes. He says the music is unacceptable, and it's just going. I was like, oh, that's actually really good. I mean, it's not good as like, Nintendo music of the time is, think about like the Metroid soundtrack and the Super Mario soundtrack, and then the Zelda soundtracks and all of those amazing pieces of iconic music. But that is this atmospheric little, and it was perfect. It's exactly the vibe that I want for this. So I thought, I'll just have a little go at doing my own version of that. It wasn't 100% successful, but it sounded quite good. I really liked when I really liked people noticing it. I thought it was nice. So if I ever hear any sort of bits of obscure Nintendo music which might work as little bloopy John Carpenter-y bits of horror soundtrack. You know, it's I may well do it. You never know. Only stuff that can't be hit with copyright strikes, obviously. Oh Jesus! I've been online for half an hour. I thought this was going to be like a 2-minute video where I just blurted out everything and then just went. But I'm quite enjoying talking to people now because people are getting involved. I like the Half-Life soundtrack. So do I. It's just not. It's not right for my personal project. I want something that's really low and less percussive, less techno-y than what I remember from Half-Life. I've got a few people talking about voice acting. I have thought about hiring voice actors. In future, I'm going to do a little bit of it myself because I'm not a hugely brilliant actor, but I could do some little bit of scientist chatter and things that would be be quite fun. And also, before I've got the opportunity to really hire anyone else, I'll just do a bit of it myself for episode 3. I've got one scientist in mind who's going to get some voice work done for when he meets Gordon and lets him into the weapons locker and stitches his face up and things. So that'll be easy enough. But I would need some seriously good voice actors for when G-Man turns up at the end. He's probably going to need to be re-recorded. He'll probably say more than what he says in the original because it needs to be bigger and have more impact. There'd be other characters. There's a lot of US Marines and things who I don't think I can make myself sound like a particularly good US Marine. Listen to us. I could probably do a nerdy scientist voice, but not a tough guy Marine. No way. What if the G-Man is a multi-universe creature that took the form of a human, has a way to change the future and past, and he planned everything? That's sort of one of the kind of things with G-Man, isn't it? He's very mysterious, and people think, oh, maybe he's not a human. He's sort of impersonating a human with only sort of 30% success rate, Black Mesa. Yeah, that voice actor wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but he was okay. But he was like, but then he said Black Mesa. Why? Did they even play Half-Life? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. I know someone who can voice act a scientist. Oh, I'm guessing all you guys are subscribed. Anyone who has been, throwing in some of these ideas, it'll be nice to engage with you in future because there's could be a lot of really valuable people on here once there's any chance of this taking off. Whether or not it will, we're yet to know. Might do some more streaming, some more game streaming and things in the near future, just to see if that can bump up a little bit more revenue, if people will be entertained watching it. I know that first one of Bully was atrocious. I've got the charisma of a dead cat. Sometime I'll maybe sit with some of my mates and we'll play. So I've actually got a bit of crack because otherwise it's just completely atrocious. Charisma level, dead cat. That is speech 0 on Skyrim. Everything is expensive and you can't sell for shit. Crack Life campaign mode, full let's play. Then level up more info, yes. If only leveling up worked like that. Might do a stream of Right to Hell Retribution sometime soon. I bought it for £1.50 because I knew that I had to play it just to see it, to see how bad this game is. But I've got friends who haven't played it. I might get them to play it. and stream it, see what their reactions are, because it is hilariously bad. Maybe I'll play some good games as well. Maybe I'll play some more Bully. Play as a model student who never punches anyone, just goes to his lessons and helps mow the lawn. Yes, the fully clothed sex scenes in Right to Hell. So hot, so hot. It's the women's faces that don't animate either. Is just, that's so relatable. So relatable. Like, it's great. So good. And how they come out of nowhere. You know, there's like this guy gets beat up some guy in a parking lot and he's fighting a woman, so you fight him and it's sex scene. Hey, I gotta ask, is that beer good? It's all right. Estrella. It's not great, but you know, it's not like a nice West Coast IPA, but it's not bad. I wish someone remasters good games. Half-Life's kind of struggle, but I mean, Half-Life is being remastered. Black Mesa is the whole reason I'm able to do this. So, you know, play Black Mesa. Zen's nearly out. It's so exciting. Please don't put that in the series. Don't worry, I'm talking about. I was talking about Right to Hell when we talk about people kissing. Bollocks left a good comment, which turned into a bit of a trash fire about the homoerotic undertones between Gordon and Barney. A lot of people got quite upset with that, which I thought was quite entertaining. In Roblox, they have an RP Black Mesa game and 7-hour war RP. Oh, really? Has anyone played Half-Life 2 RP? I was never able to download enough assets to get it to work on my laptop because I have a pathetic laptop. It really struggles. I really need to get like a decent machine if I'm going to do any more animation. I love how Gordon just doesn't say anything, even though that's his character. Yeah, he's. I would have, you know, people said, "Oh, give him a voice," and I'm not going to be the guy who gets his voice wrong. You know, he sounds like Duke Nukem in Gorgeous Freeman, and that is funny. That's really funny. But trying to do it seriously, if I got it wrong, I'd get crucified. No way. Don't put in any sort of kissing or pornography because I'm on NoFap, and that will ruin it. Okay. Yes. All right then. I will definitely not make any of that source filmmaker porn I was planning on then. Gordon should only say 4 words a series. He will say Freeman. Freeman. It's Gordon Freeman. Like that. Please do mocap porn. No. No, don't. I will not. Dear God. What would dear God in that? If someone asks for his name, it's Freeman. He says that in the Freeman Chronicles, doesn't he? Has anyone watched that series? That's awesome. It's so good. Like live action Half-Life. And he's so good. His HEV suit is incredible. That's a reference to Freeman Chronicles. There we go. Boom. On the same page. Like, I'm a little bit jealous that they got there first when it came to doing live action Half-Life. That was my, like, that was the thing I wanted to do for years and years and years. And doing it in SFM was just kind of because I could. Maybe if I do it all in SFM, it'll be like an animated storyboard for a potential live action Half-Life. Holy shit. What an idea. Anyway, right, I'm going to finish. I've been sitting here for like 40 minutes. Oh, another question. Are you going to move on to Half-Life 2 if the series finishes? Ideally, yes. I really like the idea of doing a series set between them. Half-Life 1.5, we give it like a clever name, about the start of the resistance and some of the nuances that could be in the resistance. You know, it's an idea. I may do it. Yes, I will one day. Won't HLVR be set between them? Oh, maybe. I don't know. I haven't heard about that in ages, actually, Half-Life VR. You look like Icarus Lives. Won't be told not to end the stream yet. I'm going to have to go and get another drink in a minute, though. So is there any way of like putting up a little thing that says I will be back in a sec? I don't know. Anyway, you look like Icarus Lives. Is he the guy who does the Doom Mod Madness videos? Because they're amazing. There was a time when I watched so much that I would be up till like 5 a.m. just watching Doom Mod Madness. You know, back before I had to get a job and like get up in the morning, you know, just put a piece of paper up lol in front of the camera. I might have to do that. Imagine Mocap will streamline the process, even if there's only one fella doing all the work. I absolutely will. When I did that slightly wonky, janky scene, it was a bit, you know, it didn't look amazing, but it was, you know, it took an hour to shoot it, and it was maybe just a few hours of like quick rough cleanup. To animate that fight scene would have taken me days, and it would look shit. So yes, motion capture would massively streamline it. Massively streamline it. Yes, that's him, and he's also, yeah, Icarus Lives, definitely like a good British YouTuber. Good old us lot. Mocap is an awesome tool. Let's get that Patreon and go. $1 each, guys. $1 each. You won't even notice. Did a lot of mocap in school. Ooh. I've got friends up here who work for a pretty big deal games company, do a lot of VR. A friend comes around and shows me some of the stuff that he's been making using photogrammetry and things, and it is like amazing, totally amazing. And one of my housemates is an actor. She's done loads of sort of mocap and performance capture recently, so it's like we've got like some of that on board. So it's awesome. Like it's going to be really exciting if we get it done. I know a lot of like circus performers, people who are really quite acrobatic and gymnastics, so we can do a lot of stage combat. A lot of people getting thrown around, blasting the walls and stuff. You know, people who know how to use their bodies properly. 'Cause look at me, I'm like a sort of podgy, slightly unfit guy who's nearly 30. I know a lot of people who'd be so much better at doing it than me, and I could just shoot it and direct it. It would be such a better idea. Like, I don't have the physique or the physicality to even play Gordon Freeman. You know, it'd be nice to have some mocap actors. I'm about to start a gym, so I might be able to hook you up sometime soon. Ooh, okay. All right, mate, too. I just wanted a chance of working on it because I do voices and VFX stuff. It's loads of fun. It's awesome, isn't it? Question: how will you handle the HECU? Do they enter hell and get bombarded when they first get to Black Mesa? Or will it be they kill scientists, but then they have a hard time with aliens? First time we see them, it's going to be, I mean, it's subjective. It's from Gordon's point of view. So you know, we initially see them as just bad guys. We're going to come across a group who are, I've gone out of focus. Going to come across a group of them who are struggling. Why have I gone out of focus? There we go. Later on, who might even help. Who might even help Gordon because, you know, the mission has gone sideways and maybe they didn't know what they were getting into. All of this kind of thing, you know, there's going to be more nuance to it than there is in Half-Life 1, and it's going to have a little bit of that thing it has in Opposing Force. So there'll be some characterization there, which will be quite fun to do. I like the idea of making them really feel like US Marines, and specifically set the series in 2004 to give the HECU like some sort of real world lore. It's like a post 9/11 sort of elite combat unit comprised of joint ops that, you know, who have been formed, you know, with the sort of fear of major terrorist attacks, and biological weapons and all of this kind of shit. I should write a wiki for all the rubbish that I come up with. No one would read it though. If you want to show like the military's point of view, you get a bunch of voice actors. Yeah, it's going to be loads. There'll be loads more of that. Like I kind of intend that like by the end of Unforeseen Consequences, it would probably be a great deal more. You know, there'd probably be no more of the sort of canned voices that are in Black Mesa already. It would just be, it would be all original stuff because, you know, that'd be it. You can't keep just reusing stuff because then you have to contrive the scenarios. But Jet, good talk, mate. Have a great one. Don't stop animating. Let me know if you're looking for a voice one day. Thank you. See you again. Awesome. Nice one. Hey, this is getting quite a lot of engagement. I might do this a bit more. It'd be quite nice to do it while I'm actually doing something. You know, right now I'm like sitting here drinking a beer, practically in the dark. Let's say while it'd be nice if I could just be a little, just me like up here, just up here, and then in this bit there's something actually happening, like I'm doing some animating or some retexturing or something like that. I've got massive hands. You know, because right now I'm like sitting and I'm starting to think, "Ooh, this is probably running dry a bit because I'm just talking shit." I can't change that now. I'm like stuck with just me sitting awkwardly in front of the camera. Don't know. Tell you what, I need to. I think I need to get another beer. I don't think I've got beer left. Actually, I think I've just got a lot of fruity ciders. I'm gonna like dick. No. Here's a piece of paper. You could. Did somebody say something about Ivan the Space Biker? Well, you could play Ivan the Space Biker. Ivan the Space Biker is canon. He is in mine. He's canon. He's a Ukrainian scientist who created the Mark III. Died of asbestosis because he was cutting corners. I haven't got anything to like stand this thing on. You know what? I'll just be like, 2 seconds. Anyone who comes onto this, this isn't just an empty room. Half-Life, I need more beer proposition. I do. Live on YouTube. Well, it's going to be like a 5-minute thing. We just talking to people for like 45 minutes. Hey, people quite like me. Hey, what if what's left of middle school like the Russians or America's was found by Gordon and let's sing while he's gone. Is that Connect on the top of your TV? No, it's a why is this an empty room? Get away, don't you lie to me. It is a what are they called? It's called PlayStation cameras now. It's not PlayStation Eye anymore, is it? It's a PlayStation camera. I don't have an Xbox. I've been a PlayStation person since I was 12. I did just buy a Nintendo Switch recently, my first Nintendo console. We'll collect Green and Gina Crossbin series. No Decay will forever be non-canon. Am I right? Can you guys see the comments on the side? I guess so. I'm just going to wait for an answer now. Yeah, oh good, okay. So Decay will be forever non-canon. I don't know. Hello, you've just got here. Decay, yeah. I don't know, maybe. You can see the comments on the stream. Oh, that's okay. I quite like Decay. Maybe just as a game. I mean, Decay was unnecessary, maybe, but it was nice to have a local multiplayer thing set in the Half-Life universe. Maybe the characters could exist. That would be nice, but I don't know for definite. We'll see. It depends if I can be asked. Depends if it happens, if any of this happens. So I was like saying, what if what's left of the Russian, Bulgarian, or US military forces were like hidden? They heard about Freeman and they stopped hiding and went to help them. It's mentioned by someone. I imagine a lot of the resistance would be ex-military types in the future. Decay across the line when it came to story setting the Black Mesa. Actually, I think Opposing Force did. I mean, I'm not hugely bothered about the expansions, hence not being reverent enough to have Barney stuck in Blue Shift, although it was far more interesting just have him in as a character. I did like Opposing Force. I really liked it. I especially liked the boot camp. I just loved playing that when I was younger and just shooting the sergeant, the drill instructor over and over again. And it wasn't until many years later I realized that was all a take on Full Metal Jacket, of course. I watched Full Metal Jacket and these lights are from Half-Life. Oh, see. Walter Bennett. Is he not just Isaac Kleiner now? I think. Don't know. And Dr. Rosenberg. It's too many characters. I'm just going to add loads of new characters. We'll all hate. Because they're going to be as badly written as characters from Hunt Down the Freeman. Who's our favourite character from Hunt Down the Freeman? Go on, who do you reckon? Characters that have 2 minutes of screen time and then die, lol. Yeah, pretty much. They can fuck off. Dr. Magnuson. Dr. Magnuson will somehow be in it. Which one's Pyrocynical again? Who's he? Is he I Hate Everything? I get them all fucking mixed up. He's commentary YouTuber. I did like Alex from I Hate Everything. He was yes, that's right. Which one's Pyrocynical then? Because I Hate Everything's the awkward British one. Oh God, sir, we are so fucked. That guy. Yeah, the US Marine who sounds like that. Amazing. Adrian, of course. Ooh, how that was galling and presumptuous, wasn't it? The twist is that Mitchell Shepard is so importantly linked and it's Adrian Shepard's brother. That is bad. That is really, really bad. Yeah, it was. It was just it was useless and stupid. It was just a way of going, look how important our character is to the whole thing. I'm assuming everyone watched the Zero Punctuation on Hunt Down the Freeman. If you haven't, go and watch it. It's so funny. And it's depressing as well. Mitchell Shepard confirmed for Half-Life series. I was at one point going to do a video where I joked that, I was going to show all these new characters who were going to be in it. And then Mitchell Shepard as a hilarious joke, but probably won't do it anymore. I love Zero Punctuation. He is very good. I like how they've gone from, he's kind of evolved from just doing sort of slightly silly, offbeat, angry reviews to much bigger commentaries on the game industry as a whole. It's all very clever. It's what I have on in the background. So having a podcast on how to listen to Zero Punctuation because he's funny. I like stealing all his jokes when I'm talking to people and making it sound like I'm really witty. Because if I was that funny, it'd be great. Let's all laugh at an industry that never learns anything. That always makes me laugh. Total genius, mate. Total genius. What if the military is able to kick out the Combine? Well, they wouldn't have them kick out the Combine. Hello, Unibay and Kazun. They couldn't. The Combine is like an unstoppable, unknowable force, I think. However, I do like the idea of certain resistance factions not treating Gordon like the Messiah. I'm not quite sure why they do, because he kind of makes everything worse. There would be a lot of people who would be like, fuck you, Gordon. You beardy tit. At the end of Half-Life 2. We don't know how it's gonna. We don't know how Half-Life's gonna end, though, do we? Half-Life 3 will never happen. We know this. So I'm probably going to end up writing my own ending, which involves the Borealis and Gordon and Alex and some maybe original characters and things, you know. But that's going to be many years down the line. I'm slightly puzzled how Citizen turned Rebels, able to go toe-to-toe. It's very true. So I'm just reading the comments. One scientist would go along with Gordon and try killing him because he wants the suit to survive. I kind of like the idea of that. That's quite funny. Epistle 3 technically is the ending. Yeah, but I wouldn't be going by. I already had an ending in mind, and then Epistle 3 came. And also, it's a little bit like, just the ending. I found it a bit like, I didn't find it very satisfying. I know that's not my place to say because I didn't write the rest of it, but to me, I would have liked a bit more closure. I would maybe have given Gordon the ending he deserves. Isn't Gordon all alone in the ending of Epistle 3? Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It feels a bit, it's just too sad. It's just depressing. I would want a bittersweet ending. I would want Gordon to get at least some of what he needs and what he deserves from everything he's been through, Hi, dude. How are you? I'm okay. But I really need a wee. And I might have to go in a sec. Oh, that's one beer down. The beer's helping me with my terrible, anxious camera talking. I wouldn't even care if Gordon died in HL3 if Valve actually finished the story. Well, yeah, that's also true. Like, when I sort of looked at Epistle 3, I thought, it just sort of seems like, it just seems like it could maybe, let's do Half-Life 4 now. Or let's do Half-Life 3 or whatever it would have been. I don't know about that. Gordon gets into one small ship with ridiculous plot armor and destroys the whole entire Combine Navy and takes their capital planet. I think closing the door on the Combine would probably be a satisfying enough ending. Maybe that's where Adrian Shepard's gone. Maybe he's gone in the war to fight the Combine on their home turf with loads of other people. Let's do 1 million HL spin-offs of diminishing quality. And they'll still all be better than Hunting Down the Freeman. Or Combine just leaves it, or they get bored. Have I missed the proposition, or are you only starting the stream? I am sorry, Declan Murphy. This has been on for an hour. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute video. And I've just spent the last 50 minutes of it talking total shit with people. It's quite nice. Go back to the beginning to see that. And there's a community post about it. It's all the idea of maybe getting loads of people to do $1 on Patreon. We'll see. You should do more. We love talking. I like talking to you guys. This is pretty nice. Oh, look what I've got now. This is Mango and Raspberry Recorder Lig. How cool. It's like a delicate pink when you pour it as well. I would like to do more of these, maybe with more stuff going on and maybe a bit more to say. You know, because this has actually been more fun than I thought. However, I'm gonna reiterate. I'm gonna get going because it's like 11 o'clock, and I've actually got quite a lot of work to do before tomorrow. I'm putting off some compositing and editing I'm doing for someone else by just going on this stream and asking you all for money. So did the stream just cut out for anyone else? Am I back? I hope. Am I back? Okay. I don't know what you missed. I'm going to reiterate because I need to go. I've actually got quite a lot of work to do before tomorrow, and I've just put it off by demanding money and then talking about Half-Life and having a bit of a laugh. So this proposition, which is what this video is supposed to be, is the Patreon. It's not really working. I mean, to everyone who has donated on Patreon, that is really that was amazing. I thank you so much. Some people put a lot of money into it and weren't really able to get the rewards that yes, Union of Soviet Republics, it's Patreon donations is what I'm saying. A few people on Patreon put in quite a bit of money, but it ultimately didn't add up to enough to fund the series, because what it needs is enough funding for me to commit to it full time and to not have to worry about regular work. The best way to do this is there are 18,000 of you. Now, I'm not asking for every single person to donate because that would be ridiculous. I wouldn't even know what to do with the money. It would be amazing. But if I could have if I had more people, is it okay if I ask what job you work? Sorry, I'll just pause that again. I currently edit videos for a YouTube channel. Which not this one. A sort of a lot of those list videos. It's quite a well-known channel. I'm not gonna say its name in here because I'm not quite sure. You know, I don't think it would be appropriate. I'm not sure they would like that if I'm talking about the work I do, my regular work. Anyway, so rather than having a small amount of people on the Patreon donate larger amounts, which I can't really reward them properly for, yes, it does get tiring, but it's good. I like it. Is to have lots of people, a larger portion of people, just doing $1 each per month, $1, because no, I was never a host on it because I'm clearly not charismatic or funny. If lots of people did $1 a month, then that would be amazing, because the reason that would work is because, you know, no one's going to notice if they're giving out $1 a month. And if there's like a bunch of people doing that, and if you've got like a lot of people doing that, it's lots of people paying a small amount, which they don't individually notice, but it's all adding up, rather than like a few people having to give more than they can afford or more than I can properly reward them for. It's kind of like it's a much more kind of equal way of doing it, and I feel like I don't feel like it's unreasonable, because I don't want to like hold the series hostage. I don't want to say, "Oh, I'm not doing it without the money," but it can't really be done without proper funding. Isaac, I have done a brief community post, but somebody actually commented on it saying you should do a video on this instead, because more people watch videos. So I've done both now. But yeah. Anyway, it's a fair way of distributing money if lots of people only have to give a small amount. Right now, it's not sustainable because with my full-time work, it does not allow me to put in the time. So I need to be able to put in essentially full-time And oh, I'm getting a bit burpy. Disgusting. You know, I need to be able to put in the time, and therefore it needs to kind of be paying out almost like a salary, which sounds ridiculous, but it's made me, you know, it takes hundreds of hours to do an episode. So that was essentially the point of this video, was to just kind of like try and get people to give us a bit of money. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Maybe everyone will think I'm a complete prick. Do you get any YouTube revenue? I get a little bit, but I only get about every 3 months. I get a payout of about $70. No, 70 quid, which is nice. That's a lovely little bonus sometimes, but it's not, you know, the Patreon plus the revenue doesn't add up enough to make it run itself. And until it can run itself, it can't really be done. And of course, if I had the Patreon money, then I would be able to do more of this, and then there would be more YouTube revenue, and then there would be loads. The Gargantua tier, is that the $50? Somebody has, yeah. But I haven't been able to get them into it yet, because I haven't, since they pledged it, I haven't done enough stuff. I'm thinking of changing the tiers a little bit to maybe discourage people from paying more than they can afford, and maybe getting people to seeing it in a different way. But it'd be fun. Like, my face is in it. You know, the Gargantuan tier gets your likeness into the game. They can't look perfectly like you because I'm not a modeler, so I can't make heads that are the same shape. But I can wrap their skin around an existing head. Sometimes they look really good, sometimes they look shit. But, you know, I'm in it. A lot of my friends are in it. As various characters, US Marines, Slacker Guards. I'm being super vain, and I'm being a Marine. I just thought it meant having a signage with your voice. Well, yes, actually, you know, any voice actors who would like to get killed would be good. Would be good fun. But yeah, that's kind of that's something I'd love to see, like more people getting to kind of get their likenesses in it. Because at the Gargantua tier, you get to be in it. You get to choose whether you're a scientist, a guard, a Marine, or one of the Black Ops. And then you get to choose how you'll die in an undignified, disgusting manner, which is pretty hilarious, really. Like, I really must go, because I'd make 100 technical tier. Guys, that is a nice idea, these massive tiers, but like, what can I give someone for $500? Like, that makes it worth it. It's what I'm saying. Want lots of people give me $1. $1. Right, look. Gordon Freeman tier, see nothing. Right, I'm gonna go, because this has been over an hour, and I thought that I was just gonna, you know, talk for a few minutes and nervously ask for money. And actually, I've had a really nice time chatting with everyone. I'm not going to go to sleep yet. I'm going to work, and then I'm going to play Zelda all night, because I've got the whole day tomorrow to do more editing work. But it's been nice talking with everyone. The Patreon link, that's what I was talking about, is in the description. Please, $1 a month. If loads of you did that, it would be loads of money, and this could be done like that. Thank you to anyone who already donates. Amazing. Thanks. Really appreciate it. I will try and get some more stuff going on the channel soon, but yeah, I look forward to seeing what anyone may have to offer, and whether this little scheme works out. I'll speak to you soon. I'll do a stream where I'm doing something a bit more exciting. So thanks, guys. Check out the Patreon. Lots of you giving a little, gonna work. It's gonna make this happen. And if it starts to build, I'll tell people that it is, and maybe more people will go. And if it's not working, maybe I'll just remind you all again sometime, and I'll just be really awful to everyone. Hello. Someone from Poland. Cheers from Poland. I'm really sorry. I'm about to leave, but watch some of this back because I am asking what's going on. Goodbye, someone in Italy and Poland. And we've had Brazil and the US and Scotland. Wide fan base. Good night.